Hello and welcome, my horizontal leaves. So, in Pokemon Horizons, there is one thing I kinda dislike so far. And that is the teams of our main characters. We have three of them in Liko, Roy, and Dot. But each of them only has two Pokemon. And I get that especially Dot isn't really battle focused, but given what their goal is in their journey, it is weird that they don't have bigger teams, specifically for Roy, I think. So, what if they would have full teams of 6 each? Maybe they get them one day, maybe they don't. This could count as a prediction video, but mostly it's just my idea of how I would go forward with the series and the Pokemon they use. So, let's get right into that and see what I would give Liko. So, in general, I want to give all three of them a Grass, Fire, Water core. They do have one of the starters already, and I'm just assuming that the Pokemon they have will fully evolve by the end, so Meowscarada and Hatterene are already in, giving her Grass already, and a Fairy type. Then for her Fire type, I thought once they reach Blueberry Academy, wouldn't that open up their way to getting starters from older regions? You can catch them in there. So I think she would go with Delphox. Yes, I know it was prominent in the XY anime already, but it's a magician and fits her Meowscarada really well. And I cannot keep up with this magic theme, but it seems like a pretty cool idea. I also would love to concentrate on newer Pokemon, mainly Paldean and Galarian, because the Galarian season didn't really feature Gala all that well, and well, we're currently in Paldea, and I think it just makes sense. So I kinda wanna give her a Palafin. I struggled a bit because usually in the anime, fish Pokemon are rarely used due to them not being able to work on land, even though technically they just float on land, and it's weird when it comes to those. But it also has that hero form, so yeah, I think it's okay. I think this fits Liko way too well to not do this. And that's the Grass, Fire, Water core done. What she also really needs to have is a Pawmot. It's the new Pikachu. It's the new mascot, basically. The Paldean mascot electric mouse thingy. And I think it really would fit her well. I could even picture an episode where she and her Pawmo do nothing but walk around, and that is when it evolves. That would be great. Yes, Nemora already has one, and there is one on the ship, but she could get that one on the ship, because why not? Those are technically wild Pokemon, most of them at least. And finally, yes, I am doubling down on the Fairy type here due to Hatterene, but if she would use Hatterene more as a Psychic type, I would think a Darkspan would fit her just way too well. I could totally see Liko with that. So, what do you think about this team? Do you like it? We're moving on to Roy. So, Roy. Also, I think I should mention that I do not count Terrapagos or those legendaries for the teams. I don't think they will use them like that, but oh well. Roy has already Skeledirge, thus covering fire, and Kilowattrel. So, what are we going to do for his grass type? Why not give him a Mapple? Yeah, Hydrapple to be specific. That way we could include Gala, him catching an Applin, as well as Paldea's DLCs, which is just great. Also, this Apple Dragon, I don't think it would go bad for him. I can totally see him with that. And yeah, catching it in Kitakami and later evolving it, that just works well. Way too well. And for water, basically I'm doing the same as I did with Liko and her starters. I'll give him a singing partner as well in Primarina. Which, yeah, And a duet with Skeledodge? I could totally see that. That works out really well. Then we have 2 spots left. And I think he should have caught that Annihilate. He definitely should have. Or maybe evolve one himself, that could also work. But Annihilate would be so great for him. Yes, he doubles down on Ghost, but I don't give much care about doubling types in this case. I just go what's most fitting in the context of the anime and stuff, and yeah, I can totally see him with an Annihilate. And finally, catching a small Nimble, he will evolve it into a Low Kicks, which will be a strong kicker and a very fighty type. I know it's not a fighting type, that's why I said fighty type, and the stats aren't that battle ready, but you know, in the anime, those don't matter. And this superhero-like Pokemon, I think, would really work for Roy. Now we're moving on to our final contestant, that is Dot, also known as Period. So, with Dot, of course, she has a Quaquaval, her dancing duck, then her Tinkaton, which is a Smith. You could see a certain tendency of artistic Pokemon here. I wanted to give her a grass type starter from a different region because I did that with fire and water for the other 2, so it just seems fitting. There isn't really anything artistic there, so I thought, why not go for the original one? And she gets a Venusaur. Yeah, it's just like a Kanto callback, which the Pokemon Company loves to do, and I think it still fits her. I think it's a great idea. It's underrated. Ash never had one as well, and yeah, I think it's a good idea. Maybe make it shiny even, who knows? That makes it a bit more artful or something. But well, moving on to Goldango. Imagine her getting a Gimmighoul and then throughout the show they collect those coins and suddenly she can evolve Gimmighoul into that Goldango, which is also artful if you think about it, like doing the surfing stuff and everything. Yeah, that would work really well. Then, how can I not give her a Grafaiai? This is one of the most artful Pokemon you can find in Paldea, and thus it writes itself. And that's not even all. See how it is wearing like a hoodie? Like a hood? Like somebody who doesn't want his face to be seen all that much? Doesn't that ring a bell with a certain someone that is called D-O-T, or also known as Dot? Yeah, I think that's very, very fitting. And finally, going to Gala, I'm gonna give her an Indeedee. The male one specifically. No, this is not really artsy or something, but it's a butler, and it could be like, she could use it for like cable management and stuff. It could be a Pokemon that helps her set things up for her live streams and everything. And I think that is a pretty cool idea, honestly. I was going for the male one because, well, usually in Pokemon, if you have a female trainer, they get the female versions of Pokemon that have gender differences and stuff. I wanted to change that up a bit. And also, I see Dot with the male one a bit more. You could also say it's like a stan or something, but I don't think that's a good idea. That would go too far, but you could if you wanna. And yeah, it just feels more right looking at Dot. Just feels right, if you know what I mean. So, what are your thoughts about those teams? Tell me that in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. There is like a very bad percentage when it comes to my subscribers that are subscribed and that aren't subscribed. As you can see on the screen, that needs to change. So, yeah, with that said, check out the video you see on screen right now, right over here, and we'll see each other in the next video as well. Until then, bye-bye.